inside the circle, episode 4.3. We got 132, 138, 145, 152. This is what the sponsors tell us to do, so this is what we're doing. Here we go, individual rankings. Top 4, every weight class, 132 to 152. Go!
I think we're starting to pick up steam in the district here. I think the lower weights were kind of like we talked about, 3 or 4 kids here, or 3 or 4 kids here. But I think when we start to get to 26 and to 32, we're really starting to get into the meat of the district.
Okay, so tell me about
132. We have kids bringing superior credentials into this. This is absolutely a fantastic weight. And for as good as this weight is, I think everybody's wrestling for second. Jonathan Furness, number 1, is way ahead of the field. I mean, if Superman was in this weight, I think I would take Jonathan Furness. I think he's just that good to me.
What about Batman?
What about Batman? I don't know. At number 2, we're going to put Lee, coming back to the same weight. Got 8th in the state last year. Solid kid. As Mark said, lost a 2-point match to Weimer that we feel will be down to 26. So he's right there as well. At number 3, we're going with former state qualifier Dooley from Tays Valley. You know, this is the point. Dooley is number 3 here, and he lost to Furness 15-2, 16-2 this past weekend up at Delaware. I think there's just that big a gap there. And at number 4, we're going to put Chandler Bernard, Pickerington North again. We're just putting him in the slot because he's sitting on the bench until January
15th, maybe?
Yeah, somewhere around there. So he is a 3-time state placer, 777, I believe, crazy enough. And this is where we're at. Like I said, a good weight class that's starting to pick up steam.
No problem. 138.
Actually, we're going to move to 45 here. 45 is absolutely a terrific weight here. The crush of bodies is almost ridiculous to me. The clear headliner of our district. The last count I had, we had 2 state placers, 4 state qualifiers, and 7 district placers, with a handful of other kids that would not shock me at all if they got one in the state berth. This really is going to be absolutely a phenomenal weight to watch. We're going to rank 8 kids.
Okay, here we go.
Put the numbers in there.
All right.
And for as good as this weight is, I really think that there are 2 kids that kind of are heading up right now. At number 1, we're going to put Tim Rooney. Again, a kid's at 52, but I see him coming down at 45. He's a 3-time state qualifier, 2-time placer. Really should have been a 3-time placer. He lost right at the end his freshman year to Heffernan from Eds in a match that he should have won. And what I like about this kid is, do you know who the highest placer at 138 from our district was last year? That included Demas and included Sparks.
Yeah.
It was Rooney. He was out 4th, and he probably should have got 3rd. That was another match that was controversial. This kid just absolutely comes alive at the state tournament for some reason. He is just as cool as the other side of the pillow, and I think that's the strength that he doesn't get flustered. In a weight class where there is landmines everywhere, you need a guy just calm and cool, taking it all in. Right. At number 2, we're putting someone who's just the opposite style as him, and Tanner Miller. This guy is a non-stop, 6 minutes, in your face, constantly moving, constantly pressured, constantly moving. Again, he's a 2-time qualifier, 1-time placer. Did lose over the weekend at 52, but when you bump up a weight, sometimes you just get caught. He'll be back at 45 this weekend for the Madonna. Make a good run there where he was finalist last year, and I have these 2 at top right now.
Right on.
At number 3, we're going with Mateo Lauerberger, a kid who's just been wrestling well. Even though he got 4th at the Coaches Classic, his match with the kid from Xavier, I always screw that name up. Hayub was just an absolute bloodbath. Mateo uses his blood time, the other kid uses injury time, and both of them, Hayub does not wrestle in the finals, and I'm not sure Mateo did. These guys are just absolutely banging. He is a flat-out brawler if there ever was one. I mean, this dude probably gonna come to the match with a taser.
What?
At number 4, a kid who got 6th in his district as a freshman and 5th last year, so he's got to get 4th this year, is Jojo Terry. A kid who's really made the jump from 32 to 45 well. He looked great at the O-Lib tournament. Yeah. I doubt he got pressured at all at New Albany. Nah. He'll be at Greater Miami Valley. Kyle Lawson, state runner-up, and 4th at Ironman's there from Graham, among others. Ooh. So we'll find out how battle-tested he is this weekend as well.
How about my number 5 here?
At number 5, we're going with Nostein. Also a district placer. And we're just going to go to Nostein here because I know they move Cody and Nick around a lot. So we're just going to put one of them here. Again, I think Pickerington North may shuffle a little bit. Maybe Nostein. Maybe McCaffrey may end up here. Just Pickerington North may shuffle this up, shuffle this around a little bit. So Nostein again adds just more and more depth. At number 6, district finalist, state qualifier, and a kid who won one match at the state tournament, Trey Grenier. This just is how deep this weight is. Trey Grenier got hurt the first tournament of the season with his ribs, didn't wrestle at Orange, didn't wrestle at Delaware, and I think he's going to find 145 just a little tougher haul than 132 is, because he beat Terry to go to the state tournament last year in the semifinals of Derby. I think he's not making the adjustment as well as Terry is, but hopefully he's wrestling at Breaksville, and I'm not sure how injured he is there, but this really is a tough weight, and I just right now don't see him better than 6. At number 7, we're going to go Max Wright, sectional champion at 113. Both the kids he lost to, Nace and
the other kid,
Weimer, were both state qualifiers. So he lost 2 close matches to state qualifiers there. Kid's phenomenal kid. He's going to be at 45. Now somebody else might move, but he'll be at 45, and we'll talk that a little bit later. And then number 8, we got district placer Ethan Leapley from Central Crossing.
Unbelievable.
And again, I really think I could go on, like Willie Plazar, who lost to Cepeda by 1 point last year.
Oh my gosh, you can go on.
He could just really keep on going there.
Well, you certainly skipped over 38 for a good reason, but we do have to list these 38. Our sponsors mandate it.
They do mandate it. Is that under contract?
Yeah, certainly.
So we move back down to 38, where we have a very formidable duo and 2 state placers, 1 current, 1 former. At number 1, we're going to put Demas there. A guy that got all the hype last year in our district. I think he maybe was ranked number 1 in the state, maybe after the Greater Miami Valley, because he really put on a clinic there. Throws there. At number 2, we're going to go with Greg Brosco, who was 4th his freshman year. Had a lot of injuries. Really wasn't as focused as much last year. I think he just had some other things going on, but really looks like the real deal this year. Both these kids are at the Greater Miami Valley, so maybe we'll get a matchup there. But like I said, I think these 2 are well above the rest of the field. These guys are going to finish 1-2 or maybe 1-3 unless something else happens here. Right now, they're clear number 1 and number 2. At number 3, I've never done this. We're going to take Mateo Lieberger out and move him down to 38. Call me crazy. I think that Mateo is going to move down, and if for some reason Mateo does not move down, 145 is absolutely going to be a blockbuster weight from the first name on the line in the bracket down to number 16. You're going to have state qualifier kind of matches in the first round. So we're going to move Mateo down here to number 3 because I just gut feeling says, I'm not dealing with all this mess. I'm going to go for higher ground and move down to 38. And then number 4 is a kid that I'm sure most people have never heard of. He's coming from 152 last year down to 138 is a Hap from Old Tangy Orange.
Hayden
Knapp. Hayden Knapp. Solid kid. Be big for the weight. And again, there may be some more fluctuation here. Maybe some more kids move down. But I think he's a solid number 4 now with who's at 38, which this really could be anything. So this is where we're at from 32, 38, and 45.
Hayden Knapp, bring in the ooze.
Now, I think 45 is so deep that it could just change the landscape of 38, 52, and possibly 60. As some kids move up, will force other kids on their team to move up or move down as well. So this really is going to dictate what fields we have from 38 up to 60.
The fact that Plazar isn't on this list is absolutely incredible to me.
I know.
That's crazy. All right, 152.
Where is he at this weekend?
If he's doubling Kaufman, he's going to Greater Miami Valley Wrestling Association.
So he could run into...
yes, he could.
Terry. He could run into Wright.
Yes.
Never know.
They want 152.
152. This, I think, is a clear two-way struggle for supremacy among 2 boys that are just way ahead of the field. It's kind of like 38. You got 2 boys out there. At top, we're going to go Cade Kowalski. And at number 2, we're going to go Romani. But I think it's going to be a little closer than people think. I think Cade Kowalski's beat him 3 times in a row or maybe 2 times in a row. But I've always thought you're hungrier to be a state champion than you are to defend as a state champion. And from the statistics, which are 59% to repeat, Kowalski's been a little banged up. He missed a start at Marysville. He missed a start at Delaware Haney's. I really think that Romani's going to turn the table on him. But we're going to give Kowalski the benefit of the doubt, being the defending champion and having the wins over him. Number 3, we're going to put state qualifier Ben
Tate.
Huff.
I said Huff.
You wonder why I don't ask him. Number 3 here. And before we go any further, I want to put a landscape on this weight class. So where are these guys going to go up? If some of them decide to go up, they're going to run into 3 state qualifiers, but the champion, a 3-time placer, and another one. But even if they go down, They're again running into the top 3 state qualifiers with Demas, Brosco, and Lieberger. And I'm here to tell you, when you're the 4th best guy in a district, you need good pairing. It all is going to come down to pairing. So keep that in mind when you think you can move one way.
Yeah, but you don't get good pairing in this, man.
You don't get good pairing.
When Plazer's off the board,
who's our number 4? They don't want to hear you.
They don't. Yes, who is our number 4? You got the sheet.
No Stein squared. The other brother, Nick, Cody, whoever, like I said, whoever ends up there, we got another No Stein coming in here at number 52.
Will they weigh one in at 45 and wrestle him at 52? Just because that's crazy. This is madness.
That's cray-cray.
Okay, let's edit that out. Go ahead.
We could also put Longo in here, another kid from Dublin Kaufman. That's a solid kid that could make some noise there as well. But right now, this is where we're at. Again, 145 will dictate the landscape, what goes on between 38 and 52. And I'm excited to see how this all plays out this weekend.
I'm surprised the board holds that many names. Thought it might fall down or something.
We got a Leapley Miller matchup possibly.
Good night. Inside the circles, individual rankings for 132, 138, 145, and 152 with some bonus love right there for the 145 pounders. And now you are inside the circle.